Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing a Q&A for today for the Walking Dead series, both the comics and the TV series. In this one, we're going to give our thoughts on how long we think Negan is going to survive. So it can't all be about Game of Thrones. Of course, we've been making quite a few Game of Thrones videos lately with the series, being on currently, doing the reviews every weekend and that kind of stuff. But still want to go ahead with lots of Walking Dead videos for you guys over the course of the summer. And, as we get closer to the return of Fear, which is actually just about a month away at this point, which is not bad. Not bad, man. Fear will be back in about a month. So I'm very excited for that as well, too. And the Walking Dead comic book series is always strong as it is currently. So this question kind of came up from, really, I want to say, comic book series. So this one is a spoiler warning for the TV series and the comic series. Now, here's the thing. If you don't want to know anything about the TV series and what we can come to expect in the next few years with Negan, this video may not be for you. Because, of course, we've seen a lot of that in the comic series. We know the roadmap. We know where they're going to go. And we know roughly how they're going to get there with some small remixes as we go through. So with regards to the Negan question, this one was sent through by Ephraim Campbell. And he simply said, Trev, when do you think Negan will die? So not as pertaining to the comics or the TV series necessarily, but, either one, I suppose. So in the comics, like I said, spoiler warning for the TV series, Negan is still alive. To this point, Negan is still alive in the comics, which is getting close now to the 200th issue. We just had issue 170. That gives him a solid 70 issues, premiering in episode 100, or issue 100. I should say issue, not episode. Episode's like TV. Issue 100 to 170 now, and still strong. That's 70 full issues of The Walking Dead. That's longer than the Governor was in the comics for. That's longer than any other villain has been in the Walking Dead series for. So Negan, already, I would say, is the biggest villain The Walking Dead has ever had. That said, even though he's kind of gone from, and again, this is spoilers for TV series, he's gone from being a straight-up 100% villain to more of like an anti-hero in the comic series, where he does help Rick and the survivors after being, of course, imprisoned, and has been able to benefit them and help their side, help their cause against the Whisperers, for which he's kind of been pardoned, I want to say, by Rick, I suppose, and allowed to, go free, not be a part of the survivors, but to basically leave should he want his freedom. He can go, and that's what Rick has allowed him to do. So 30 issues out from the issue 200. This is a tricky one. Of course, this is all predictions. We're going to have to see, because the thing is Negan has such a huge fan base behind him. He has some of the most, dedicated, loyal fans of any Walking Dead character. He's kind of, I want to say for the comics, he's probably somewhat similar to Daryl in the TV series, such that he has so much fan support that it probably would be advantageous for Kirkman to keep him alive longer than he probably would wanted to have. With Negan becoming such kind of a breakout hit or star from The Walking Dead, becoming a character that, is one of the best comic villains there probably ever. You could probably put him right up there if you're a fan of Walking Dead, if you've read Walking Dead, with some of the best villains comics have ever had to offer in, DC and Marvel, Joker, Magneto, these kind of villains. Like, he's a really big villain if you're a Walking Dead fan. Even for TV, one of the biggest TV villains ever already, I want to say. So with this one, man, kind of like my thoughts with what they would do with Negan, it could turn into a Daryl situation. It could turn into a situation where even if they had if Kirkman had an idea that, okay, I'll probably kill Negan off after All Out War. No, I'm not going to do that because fans like him too much. He's too much fun to write, and he helps make the issues a lot better. So can I kill him at 160, Whisper War? No, I can't really kill him there because he's too much fun still. I'm going to have him go off on his own. I don't know if I can kill him there. Even watching him kill zombies is fun. So, it's going to be really tough to see when Kirkman is going to pull the trigger and actually kill Negan off in the damn series. I personally think that issue 200, and I've seen a few people predict this. If you're one of them, that's cool. You can leave a comment below letting people know that Trev agrees with you. That issue 200 would make sense, I think, to kill Negan off. You'd have 100 issues of Negan. That's many years of releases. And 100 to 200, maybe kill him off at 200. But that said, again, Daryl is still alive in the TV series, and we are seeing no signs right now that Daryl will be killed off anytime soon due to the level of fan support that he has. If people did not like him, I can almost guarantee you he probably would not still be alive in the TV series, riding the bike and the whole bit. So Negan in the comics is probably the same thing. You know, he's a breath of fresh air in the series. He's crazy, he's funny, he's very entertaining, and it's probably going to be, you know, tough for Kirkman to eventually kill him off. If someone does it, I've always said that Maggie being the one to do it makes the most sense, and that if Maggie was the one to kill Negan, you could see kind of a transformation happening with Maggie to where she's going from this leader, but is she kind of becoming more like maybe a villain? I don't know. You know, it's like it would be like a revenge kill, of course, for what happened in 100. So I could definitely see that, being a direction that Kirkman would go with this. He's probably already thought about it. He's probably already got this all figured out. But it's going to be tough for him to do it because Negan has so many fans that it's going to be like outrage if he is in fact killed off at some point. But this is The Walking Dead, and eventually everybody's going to die. So I do think that issue 200 makes a lot of sense. But if the Walking Dead comic book series is looking to get to maybe 300 issues, possibly 400, which would be sweet, but I don't know if it's going to last that long. We'll have to wait and see how many ideas Kirkman has before he starts to get writer's block and just, burn out on good ideas for Walking Dead. Thankfully, he hasn't yet, and the series is still going really strong, and we're all really enjoying it. But if not 200, then maybe 250, something like that. I think it's probably safe to say that Negan probably will not survive to the end of The Walking Dead either. I mean, if Rick is not going to survive to the end of The Walking Dead, Negan is not going to survive to the end of The Walking Dead. So give him maybe another 30 to maybe 250 max. 300. I would be kind of shocked if Negan was still alive at 300 because he's also a character that is very attention grabbing. When you put Negan in there, he has to be the center of attention, and based on who the character is. Can Negan sit in the background and be quiet? Not really. That's not really who Negan is. So Negan is somebody where he's going to get attention one way or another. He's going to be influential one way or another, and we've seen this even recently in the comics. Him kind of speaking when Rick is like what the hell, and give him a chance, that kind of thing. So that's who he is, and I'd say 200 to 250 would be my prediction for this one. How does that translate for the TV series now? Let's talk TV series for Negan. Is JDM going to be willing to be in this show for another decade? That's a tall order because, of course, he has so many different shows that he works on, movies, and so many different parts. Is he going to be able to commit to just, he wouldn't be just Walking Dead. He could do other stuff too, but Walking Dead would have to be one of his top things. And he would have to do it for probably the next five years to catch up to the comics eventually and where that's at right now. So can we see season 15 with Negan still alive? At this time, I kind of say or 13 or something. I kind of say no. I don't think that it would last that long. I don't think it would make sense. So with this case, I actually would not be surprised if the TV series differed from the comic series, and eventually JDM decided to, wanting to be killed off at some point. Maybe in a few years or something. But at the same time, it does seem like from interviews and everything that he really enjoys the Walking Dead fan base, and he really enjoys how much we love the series and love seeing him play the part. So as a result of that, maybe they could just kind of do a background thing where he shows up for some episodes, but he's not in every episode, of course. Maybe he can take a year or two off or something while he's imprisoned or something like that, and just come back eventually, when it's his time, and work on some other shows or movies or series in the meantime while his character is sort of in the background for Walking Dead. So write those prediction guys below. Let me know when you think Negan's going to be killed off in both the TV series and the comic series. Comic series, you can guess an issue. TV series, you can guess a season. I'd go with maybe season, 10 or 11 or something like that. I think that makes sense. Wanted to say a big thank you to everybody for supporting the channel as well, still as usual, but really wanted to include this one. I want to thank Nettie for the contribution for the Patreon. If you guys don't know, I do have a Patreon account. You can help support the channel through Patreon, or you can just do it through here as well too by liking the videos, sharing the videos, watching the videos all the way through, and favoriting them. So thank you guys for all the support. And yes, the channel does have a Patreon. If you want to pledge $1 to the channel, keep the channel going for many more years to come, then you can do that in the link in the description. The next question was from Negan, the awesome psychopath. He says, hey Trev, Q&A. Why is Carl alone in the woods by himself in that sneak peek? So there was a sneak peek that was shown for The Walking Dead Season 8. I think it was leaked, to be honest with you. I really do think it was a leak. Is he going rogue and deciding to attack a Saviour outpost all by himself, or is he alone on a supply run? So I would think it would probably be him, most likely with a group. I don't think he's totally alone 100%. He's probably in the woods somewhere, probably near part of a survivor group, maybe near an outpost of Negan's in the first half of The Walking Dead Season 8, something like that, when he possibly could stumble upon City. So we'll see how that goes, or a boot, or whatever they name him in the TV series. We'll see. Dennis Whelan says, Trev, I was wondering if you think Rosita is pregnant in the TV series. So I don't think it would make sense that she'd be pregnant in the TV series, because then that would have to be from what, like, Spencer, Abraham type thing at this point. I just, I don't think it fits, man. I mean, we've already seen a huge concentration on her and Sasha and the stuff that was going on with that. I would not really care to see that in the TV series right now. Eventually, but not yet. Billie Jean says, Trev, got one for a personal Q&A. With everything that has happened over the past season, the ratings dropping, fans complaining, etc., is there anything at this point that would ever make you stop watching The Walking Dead? I know you get this question every year, but I'd still love to hear your answer going into Season 8. Keep up the awesome work in the channel, Trev. All the time and effort you put into it does not go unnoticed. So thank you, Billie Jean, and thank you all you guys for your support. And send more questions through, guys, for Walking Dead so we can do more videos like this. So for the question, could it ever get to the point where I stop reviewing Walking Dead? If the channel struggles, if it's not growing anymore, if it's losing subscribers, that kind of thing, I'm pretty much going to go down with this ship, I think. Whatever happens with the Walking Dead TV series, I'm going down with the ship. If it gets canceled at some point, I'm going to go right up until the end, I think. And it's something where, like, and a lot of you guys I know is the same. We've all put, over 7 years watching this series, every season, going into the 8th year now. The comic series I've been reading for probably, I think, 9 or 10 years, something like that. Yeah, over 10 years. So, put like a decade into watching this show, keeping up with the show, discussing the show, doing all the stuff we do, predicting and thinking about who's going to be killed and who might not be, and reflecting on the characters after they are killed. At this point, pretty much no matter how bad they screw it up, I'm going down with the ship. Whatever happens here, I'm going to be, doing the reviews, covering it. I'm committed to this regardless. Whatever the channel does, whatever it doesn't do, if it's not doing well, I don't care. I'm just going to go forward. That's it, no matter what. And pretty much no matter what they do, I'm going to stick with the series until the end. That's who I am. That's the way I am, and I know a lot of you guys are the same. So even if sometimes there's ups and downs, and there's things that we see that we might not like, or it could have weaker episodes. If they had a season full of Still, that might that might be tough. If every episode is done like Still was. That might be a little tricky to stay with it. But yeah, even if it was that bad, well, maybe I shouldn't say it. I guess it depends. But I'll go down with the ship either way. And I'll let you guys know too. If it gets to the point where every episode is like Still, I'll let you guys know. And, I think you'll understand. If it's that bad, you'll probably won't watch either, right? So, there's my answer for you. Anyway, that'll be it for today's Q&A for Walking Dead, guys. I hope you liked it. If you did, send me those questions. Send me what you got. And again, check out the Patreon. If you like the video, thumb it up below. You can share and favorite. And if you're new and you want to subscribe to the channel, you want to help support the channel, if you do, you got to subscribe, bottom left to subscribe. That's it for this video. I'll see you guys again soon for another video. As always, it's Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See you soon.
You better subscribe.